Okay guys, got some exciting news. We are going to Bangladesh to help the Rohingya. This is Burma, also known as Myanmar. In it, this is the Rakhine State. In the Rakhine State, there lives a minority known as the Rohingya. The Rohingya are a people that have lived in the Rakhine State since the 13th century. In the 1960s through to the 1980s, more and more oppressive laws were passed against these people. Those laws were so oppressive that they stopped these people from leaving their village without permission from Buddhist authorities, from marrying outside of their own people, from having more than 2 children. They were banned from having higher education, banned from owning a car or motorbike or any motorized vehicle, banned from having a landline or mobile phone, banned from government jobs, or to even own land. But for people who want to cause harm, these oppressive measures were just not enough. They wanted to kill them and burn them out of their houses. A Buddhist monk by the name of Ashin Wirathu, condemned even by the Dalai Lama himself, incited people to go out and kill the Rohingya. The army joined Wirathu's Buddhist monks and local militia to go out into these areas, fire upon innocent people, burn their houses while their children sleep within them, and so followed an absolute butchering of these people. So when the champion of democracy and the Nobel Peace Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi won the election and got into government, the international community now felt that there is some hope for this group who are, according to the UN, the most persecuted people on earth right now. Instead, Suu Kyi sided with Wirathu's Buddhist monks and gave a green light for all the killing. She's even been condemned by the other 12 Nobel Peace Prize winners. She's gone on record time and time again to defend Wirathu's monks and the local militia who are going out killing the Rohingya. When the international community wasn't convinced by her using the word "there's violence on both sides."
No, it's not ethnic cleansing. Muslims have been targeted, but also Buddhists have been subjected to violence. But there's fear on both sides.
She used the age-old argument, Muslims are terrorists and we don't know which ones to catch and which ones to not catch.
How to differentiate between terrorists and innocent people. This trouble of sorting out the terrorists from the innocent citizens.
Outside of the media spotlight, when she is talking in Burmese, she has a mighty laugh about the killing of the Rohingya. The UN and Human Rights Watch have revealed satellite images of 200 different locations in the last few days that have been burnt to the ground. One area burnt 99% to the ground, one area with 700 buildings completely burnt to the ground. And if you stand on the Bangladesh side of the Bangladesh-Burma border, you can see the smoke rising from there. The government responded by providing so-called evidence of Muslims lighting their own villages by themselves and killing themselves. Upon scrutiny, the journalists found that these images only showed a Hindu woman who was pretending to be a Muslim woman setting fire to a Muslim house. Assalamu alaikum guys, my name's Shoaib. I'm a pharmacist and an entrepreneur, and this is the...
Hey.
We do loads of exciting things together. So we've got our own company, which we've just started up. Apart from that, we're always going on holiday together. But the most exciting thing that we do together is charitable projects. From 2012, we started helping the Rohingya. In 2015, we sent a team over to Indonesia to help the refugees that had made it to their shores. We've helped with other refugee crises as well, such as the Syrian refugees in Greece. However, the harrowing stories that we hear coming from the Rohingya are worse than any atrocity that we've ever experienced in our lifetime, and are similar to the stories that you hear from Rwanda, the Holocaust, and even from the time of Pharaoh. This is where we can help. There has been nearly 500,000, 500,000 people pour into Bangladesh over the last few days. These people don't even have drinking water, let alone food and clothing. For £50, we can provide food for over a month for a family. For £150, we can not just give them food, but we can give them soap and shampoo, sanitary pads, nappies. But £500 supports an entire family for a long time with every need of life, from food and clothing to toiletries to crucially needed medication and bedding and shelter. The way we are different is very simple. We have a 100% donation policy. That means we will be traveling on our own expense, which means every single penny that anybody donates will be able to definitely get to the place that it's needed. The first thing you can do is donate. The second thing you can do is share. But more than that, if you sit down with your friends and your family and your work colleagues and you explain to them what's actually going on. Because these people can only kill so long as they keep us in the dark. If you write to your local MP or any person of influence so that they can put their weight behind the Rohingya and put pressure on the international community. The one thing that every refugee that we came across has always told us when we've gone out is they've asked us to pray for them. So the last thing we ask is that you pray for these people as well.